Hi, I'm Julio again. Um, so since my last post, I've been thinking about other issues with online learning and the MOOCs, which I'm a very fan of. Um, and I'm very excited because there's the possibility that I might be designing one MOOC pretty soon, which would be a great project to take on. But in the meantime, I have a very large professional development course that I'm developing right now, and it's taking most of my time. And this is a certification course. But in any case, in my last post, I was talking about um, the fact that my engineering background might be hurting my possibilities as an instructional designer. And the reason I'm saying this because the past months I've been combing through job applications. I mean, I receive job applications. I receive um, job posts on instructional design through LinkedIn or through Twitter or basically from the university's employment as aid agency here. Um, and every time I read these positions on instructional design, it strikes me that many of them ask for formal education on instructional design, and I was following a couple of of trends in Twitter and in LinkedIn on if it's necessary that an instructional designer have an education or a master's on instructional design or an education. So, but I saw a couple of comments on it, and some people say that you don't. Some people say that you do. Um, and there are some others that say that the only thing you need to do is take on education that close gaps in your knowledge. Um, in any case, I'm an instructional designer, not by training. Uh, I don't have a master's in education or instructional design. I have a master's in engineering mechanics, and my PhD is going to be in chemical engineering. And so um, that that is not the background that I see people looking for on instructional designers, and that worries me because um, every time I have I've seen interviews recently in which the fact that I am not an instructional designer by training hurts my possibilities because I don't get a call back, basically. Um, so, you know, the fact that I'm an engineer, I thought gave me an advantage and an edge because of the way I attack a problem when I'm about to start a project on an online course. And as like I said in my post, the first thing I start thinking is about the technological challenges that I'm going to have while designing the course. And and I think of learning as a probably mechanic activity in the sense that there are parts and there are things that work together to create the effect that I want in a given course. And the technology is also part of this, but there's the big part is the pedagogy of the methods that I'm using. And so to me, an online course has to provide the message that the student can then learn and absorb, interact, and the learner will interact with the material and then receive the message and process it. And then when the time comes to test that knowledge, um, that learner will have the tools to face that face that assessment. And so um, all of that, I think of it in terms um, of how to solve a problem, more than creating theory or um, basing my design decisions on a particular pedagogical theory or educational theory or consider things like that. Uh, so that's helped me a lot, but I wonder if the this this way of doing things is probably a shortcoming. And I would like to hear your opinions. Um, Frankly, I haven't met anybody that's um, an engineer and then an instructional designer. Um, Although one of my coworkers is an engineer, but I'm talking about out of my realm, out of my work environment. So if you know somebody, I would like to meet that person and talk about it and talk about this situation with that person. Um, and again, in my mind, the fact that I'm an engineer is probably just giving me an edge in this side of technology, but it's probably hurting me on the side of learning and the pedagogical theory. Even though I've read a lot about instructional design, I've been educating myself on it, and I'm the first book I read, like I mentioned, one of my first posts was the book by Clark Meyer, um, e-learning principles, and that's a good book. But there are other very interesting books that I'm also learning. One of them, for example, that I just found in the library, um, it's called Interactivity in Learning, in e-learning, case studies and frameworks, and this um, I'm reading, and it looks very interesting because it's giving me more ideas on how to make my content more interactive, and some of the things that's mentioned in this book, I've been doing without knowing that exactly that's what the theories say. Probably what I'm going through right now, it's the process where a neophyte, if you want to call it like that, faces or starts dabbling in a field that and then makes the mistakes, and then that's the way that person's learning. And in some cases, that gives you an edge because you have an open mind to start absorbing new knowledge. And the so-called experts in the field then um, um, I already have a mindset uh, that is really hard to change. And so, um, in any case, I'm glad of my background. I'm glad of the kind of training that I've had, and I'm also glad that I'm working in this area in which um, many exciting things are happening. One of them is the MOOCs, and I like to talk a lot about the MOOCs, and this is a new um, a tool that I would like to use a lot, and especially explore the possibility of using this as a marketing tool for um, online classes, and the fact that it reaches a lot of people, uh, it's attractive. It makes it attractive as a marketing device and also as a experimental tool, because one of the advantages of the MOOCs is that you can experiment, you can do things that haven't been proven before, and this is just the lab that you can you it's the best lab you could ask for. So if this happens, if this project materializes, I'll be in charge of designing a MOOC, and even though I've been following the ones that have been designed already, there are more coming up. Um, but unfortunately, I'm not involved in any of those projects. But I've been following closely with those coworkers and asking them what they're doing and so on. Um, if this materializes, it's going to be a great experience, and I will be talking about it once I'm know that I'll be working on such project. In any case, please visit my blog. It's Momenta eLearning, blogspot.com. I'll be probably migrating to my own domain name pretty soon, because of even though Blogspot is it's a very nice tool, it's got limitations, and I would like to introduce many things on the website that I can't right now because of um, the limits of Blogspot. But um, I'll be probably putting up my website soon. So stay tuned, and thank you for listening. Bye bye.